Hi, in this video I will explain how evolution changed and affect different systems and organisms during the history. All this information was taken from a dissection in my school Gimnasia Campestre. I will explain you three different organisms. The first one is the shark. The shark had big livers but a short, small intestine. They had big teeth for trapping their prey, and they had esophagus, and the stomach was connected with the small intestine. Because they live in salt water, they need specialized kidneys for absorbing the salt. The shark, for breathing, they had the gills, and that was because they live in the salt water. They do not have bones, they have cartilage, and they, for swimming, for moving, they had just the fins. The second animal is the amphibians. They became alive because of some species of the water move through the land. They had a difference between how they get the oxygen. Because they lived in the land, they appear the lungs for breathing oxygen, but they still live in water too. So they absorb the oxygen from the water by the skin. Now they had legs for moving in the land, and the legs had membranes for moving in the water. They had also bigger small intestine, and now they had bones different of the cartilage from the sharks. Finally, the mammals appear after the amphibians. Now the mammals have more complex digestive system, and they also have harder bones. But they still have in some places cartilage, like in some places of the hands. In the mammals also, they have now just lungs for breathing and absorbing the oxygen, and now they don't need the water for getting the oxygen as the other two organisms. So finally we can conclude that the evolution appear mostly when the animals change the environment. So when the environment change, they need adaptations for this new environment, and that the evolution change the tissues, and mostly they don't destroy tissues. So a good example is the digestive tract. So this long tooth change during all the animals, but there are organs that is still appearing in the three animals. So a good example is the small intestine. So in the shark was really small, but there was a small intestine, and then in the other two species, this small intestine is still appearing, but it changed, so it became larger and more complex. The evolution also, it is still appearing organs and adaptation from the ancestors of the animals. So a good example is that in the sharks there was the small intestine as well, and all these small intestine is still appearing in the other animals. The same with the lungs. So when the lungs appear in the frog, then the mammals are still having these lungs. And other thing is that in evolution there is a tendency of in new animals being more complex and being more of being more efficient in the environment that they live. So thank you, and now you will see some pictures in where you can appreciate the organs of shark, frog and mammal in the order. And so you can see mostly some of parts of the digestive tract, like the liver, others like the organ, the lungs. So thank you for watching. So here is the chart. You can see in the liver that is big in the cut. The frog. This is the frog. You can see the web feet. This one is the pig. You can see the lungs, the small intestine. This is a baby pig, so it is still having cartilage. This one is the pig too. So in here you can see the lungs and the stomach, in the back the small intestine, and thank you for watching.